Alright, so this next draft is 10 fighting game with the best story modes by Mojo Plays. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I've been playing through all the fighting games. You know they have most of the best story modes on here because of it. Like, I played Mortal Kombat 9. That was actually amazing. I played Tekken 8, which a long time ago, of course. They had one of the most best story modes on here. I played Soul Calibur 6, which I did, and let's say it actually was the best one so far. And let's see. I played more of them. I played more of them of it. But the only thing is that let's say I haven't played I haven't tried the Injustice. I totally forgot because I did left out on the second one. So I haven't played most of the one of the fighting games, which I did left out. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get right. I'm gonna try to get back to it if I could, cause I'll probably gonna be able to take a break soon, hopefully. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, man. Oh, but let's check it out in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Stay back! Come any closer and you'll be sorry!
Yeah, I played Dragon Ball
Welcome to
Budokai
Mojo Plays,
Tenkaichi 2.
and today we're taking a look at 10 fighting games that served up some of the best story modes.
I am this world's savior. I protect it. That's what's happening out there? Protection?
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to Mojo Plays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Soul Calibur 6.
Yep, I played that.
Suddenly, there appeared a ninja known as Taki, who rescued the wounded warrior. Taki defeated Cervantes in a battle to the death before carrying the injured Sofitia away.
If you're somebody that values dungeon exploring with some RPG mechanics, then sure, you can't go wrong playing Soul Calibur 2.
I played it.
But Soul Calibur 6 gets our respectful nod due to how it steered the series back in the right direction. Much of the lore from SC4 and SC5 was swiftly ignored here in favor of retelling better, more concise stories of our favorite warriors. Not only was this a great way to reintroduce veterans to the lore and try to connect characters in a clearer manner, it also helped new Soul Calibur players catch up on the overall story. On top of that, you had the ever-engaging Libra of Soul campaign, which had you create your own fighter and embark on an epic quest to save your soul while learning the fighting styles of your favorite characters. Needless to say, this was the triumphant return Soul Calibur had been desperately needed.
Yeah.
Skullgirls.
Well, what have we here? Let's say about you
played it. I
a real
forgot about
princess,
that.
You really ought to play Skullgirls, not just because of some of the pretty faces on display, but because of how chaotic and malleable the game lets you get with your playstyle. Of course, with all the bizarre characters comes a story that is filled with drama, comedy, and a ton of heart. Each soon-to-be Skullgirl makes their way towards the deadly Skull Heart for their own reasons, and each tale is written brilliantly and beautifully. What's more is that all 4 of the DLC characters come with their own story mode campaigns and manage to match the same level of quality as the base roster. Though, if there are any characters you absolutely must experience, the best campaigns can be found in Parasol, Peacock, and Painwheel.
Make it flashy, guys! Action!
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2.
What? His powers! Can Piccolo withstand this mysterious invader's monstrous onslaught?
Even after all these years later, no other Dragon Ball fighting game has managed to match the level of quality as Budokai Tenkaichi 2 did.
Yep.
Sure, one could argue that it's only because it retells almost all of the DBZ storyline. That isn't wrong, but come on. This game not only covers DBZ all the way to GT, it also covers the Broly Saga, Cooler's Revenge, the Tree of Might, Fusion Reborn, and even the history of Trunks and Bardock, the father of Goku. In other words, Budokai Tenkaichi 2 was everything you could ever want in a DBZ game. And that all goes without mentioning the unlockable what-if scenarios.
What's wrong, Kakarot? You can do better than that! You looked better when you beat Nappa!
Injustice.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, shout out to one of my friend of mine who actually gave me this game a long time ago. When I was a kid, I did play on PS2 just in case. And I ain't gonna lie though, that one was actually the best one for the Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 2. I mean, along with the Budokai Tenkaichi 3, that adds in a lot of more gameplays to it. But the only thing I played the second one because I just know that this game is going to be so very long. Some of the episodes, that based off of the entirely longest stories that I've ever seen. Like you got. Of course, you got the Saiyan Saga, Frieza Saga, Cell Saga, and of course Majin Buu Saga, and all the other saga that you know. And I'm glad I played it. And I get the chance to play the Budokai Tenkaichi 3, but until I play Dragon Ball Sparking Zeroes, that I finally got back to it. Because it does, help me a lot. So, yeah. I don't know how I pull it off, but yeah. Once again, shout out to the friend of mine who actually brought me this game since then. So, yeah. Oh, Injustice God Among Us? I totally forgot about that.
Gods Among Us.
You drugged me! Made me... Lois, my son.
First Krypton, now Metropolis. People you love tend to blow up, don't they?
Once again, we have a fighting game that is more of an adaptation than an original work. We have seen DC storylines explore the idea of Superman turning evil, but that isn't what made Injustice so much more memorable than its sequel. It was the way each character was written, the kind of dialogue exchanged between them, and how it even managed to match the brutal nature of the more visceral Mortal Kombat games that NetherRealm Studios is known for. On top of that, it featured some fun mini-games in between fights that could benefit or penalize you before a fight depending on how well you performed. It truly was one of the coolest and most captivating superhero games and fighting games that you could possibly play.
Superman, we've broken their ranks. They're retreating.
Good. Once they're pushed back, we'll need help with rescue and recovery.
I'll break off a Legion as quickly as possible.
Thanks, Diana. You always make it look easy.
WWE.
Well, I haven't tried the Injustice the first one. I did play the second one. I did left off on it. But I heard that it could be a lot of irritates from the second one because Wonder Woman, becoming a pain in my ass because I guess that she wanted to turn like evil along with Superman, and the only problem is that I don't know, like it's like the DC wants the Superman to be evil every single time, but no. I don't think they wanted to because of it, and that's the only problem about it. Because I feel like the situation like that, I don't know. I just rather want to see Superman as more good as it seems, and as complicated as it is, it's how it is. Oh yeah, I did play WWE 2K24. I did play that.
2K24.
Here's your winner and new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Rick the Dragon Steamboat.
For the longest time, the WWE 2K series was in utter
Yeah, I played
shambles
that.
when Yuke's was in charge of development. But ever since Visual Concepts took over, the series has been on the up and up, and 2K24 has been their best outing yet. The big reason for this is because of how much the game offers in its single-player modes, and it does so with flying colors. First, you have the usual campaign where you get to go through a superstar's historic matches, this case being Cody Rhodes. Then you have the My Rise campaign, where you create your own superstar, compete in their own career, experience their own story, and even affect their relationships with other superstars in and outside of the ring. But the main attraction in 2K24 was the Showcase campaign, which took players through 40 long years of WrestleMania history, from Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant's bout to Steve Austin and The Rock's intense feud during the Attitude Era. This game was every wrestling fan's wet dream. Street Fighter.
Well, let's just say I did play throughout for like, let's just say the WWE 2K 14 was better than WWE 2K24. I know why, because WWE 2K20 WWE 2K14 has more than in the WrestleMania matches throughout an entirely time. And the only problem for the WWE 2K24 is that there wasn't enough time for add more to the WrestleMania matches for like, I guess 40 years, I believe. And well, let's just say that the only thing I'm more disappointed that they didn't add Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio on the, I believe, WrestleMania 22. And they didn't add more often for Edge and Mick Foley, John Cena, and Triple H. They didn't add any more to it on the well, of course, along with the WWE 2K14, which I didn't know until then. And well, it seems that if I let's say if I was the designer of it, like, hey, look, we gotta add more we gotta add more WrestleMania matches, and until we make things right to it. So yeah, and it was very disappointing of seeing most of these matches on for the WWE 2K24. But I did enjoy it. I mean, it's just that they could have like add something more to it, just in case. So yeah. And of course, I know a lot of them disappointed because they seen some more of the WWE one of the clips during the cutscenes of it. But the only thing is, it's probably gonna get copyrighted, and I think I understand why. So yeah.
Number 6.
Oh, Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
With Street Fighter V having nearly killed the IP, Capcom had some high expectations to meet in order to keep Street Fighter afloat, and this game killed it. Not only did we get a solid roster of fan favorites and new brawlers, Capcom delivered the best story mode Street Fighter had ever seen with the World Tour mode. Design your own World Warrior to take to the streets, meet new characters, learn their moves, and fight just about any poor sap you run into. This was a game that allowed you to take it as seriously as you wanted it to be, and the soundtrack gets you amped for every single fight, no matter how long you've been playing. Tekken 8!
Of course. Of course I played that.
Though Tekken 7 explored some of the cinematic ideas left behind by another fighting game, Goliath, Tekken 8 took those ideas, incorporated its own DNA into them, and blew all of us out of the water. Really, Tekken 8's story mode is the absolute best campaign in the entire franchise. From the choreography to the way fights initiate between cutscenes to the way QuickTime events force you to pay attention, this campaign kicked so much ass from start to finish that we almost immediately went back just to replay some of our favorite chapters. And the unexpected return of Tekken Force mode, of all things. Every fighting game fan needs to get Tekken 8 just because of the story mode alone. You won't regret it. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Fanfiction is rarely ever good, let's be honest, but Super Smash Bros. Brawl will forever be known as the best piece of fanfiction to ever exist because of one campaign, Subspace Emissary. Written by series creator Masahiro Sakurai and Final Fantasy writer Kazushige Nojima, the Subspace Emissary campaign told an epic story where a mysterious race begins sending corners of the world into an empty void, a subspace. Various Nintendo characters begin to team up to not only fight their own rivals, but also bring an end to this race of beings. And every single character interacts with each other in ways that you would expect while being goofy and serious when appropriate. It never comes off as corny or tryhard with its crossover, as every scenario feels perfect for the cast involved. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tried to replicate this a bit with the World of Light campaign, but man, the time, effort, and passion poured into Subspace Emissary and its cutscenes is why people still go back and play Brawl. Def Jam Fight for New York.
Not bad.
Now, before we continue on that, okay, so the Super Smash Bros. Brawl is one of my most favorite, along with Super Smash Bros. Melee, Ultimate, and original ones. Now, I'm not gonna lie though, I did play it multiple times on Super Smash Bros. Brawl with my brother. So I played Captain Falcon. My brother played Ganondorf. And wherever we like grab, I activate a Falcon Punch. Whenever I grab him, he activate I guess I don't know what is that called, but it was the best one so far for me and my brother. And I'm not gonna lie though, like if we'll be able to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate like one more time, well we'll play a lot because it does help me a lot of this great moments of it. And I'm glad I played on the Subspace Emissary because I might get my chance to unlock a lot of characters on here, and I don't know how I pulled it off, but I actually did. And yeah, I'm glad I pulled it off, man. I'm glad I did. So yeah, but yeah, let's talk about other things.
Is why people still go back and play Brawl. Def Jam Fight for New York.
Yes.
Not bad. Looks like you've seen a few scraps in your time.
Whatever, man. Sparring ain't shit. 10-1 this bitch get knocked out in a real fight.
There's only one way to find out.
During the era that Def Jam was popular, fighting games weren't really known for having decent story modes. It was often the lowest priority, and it's what made Def Jam Fight for New York really stand out amongst the crowd, as it boasted an impeccable campaign. For starters, you had an insane amount of customization for your character here, but most of all, every fight felt like there was a true purpose in your character's development as they went from becoming a regular thug to a true king of the streets. On top of that, despite the sometimes outlandish nature of the game, the story has a ton of heart and it does get real a few times. Truly remarkable even all these years later.
That's what I'm talking about. Whooped that
ass.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay. I glad I played Death Jump Fight for New York. I mean, on GameCube, but I was rather playing on the PS2 just in case. So, bro, so many memories that I played Death Jump Vendetta and Fight for New York. The Death Jump icon was not as good as it seems, and I just don't like it one bit. But I enjoyed it. Bro, I ain't gonna lie though, for Death Jump Fight New York, I really enjoyed it so far, and it does help me a lot of it. And me and my brother plays the hell out of it, and even though for that, shout out to Mr. Noob for actually put me on the 4 playthroughs. And, you know, for my whole creation, I ain't gonna lie though, like seeing this on my own, I was so nervous about it because I noticed that, I know there's a lot of them out there that, hey, you're that guy from on the game. Like, yeah, that's me. And the only reason why, because it does help me a lot of bring me back so many memories of Death Jump Fight for New York. And I was hoping that they actually still had a chance by making the game, bringing back the games from Death Jump Fight for New York. I was probably thinking like remaster it. Well, I hope so, cause maybe it still might have happened. And I know it's very disappointing because I don't think they're gonna make the sequel for the Death Jump Fight New York. And I mean, they might still get a chance, but the only thing is they have to find like a new hip hop, like one of the rappers, or one of the new rappers. But the only problem is, they're not getting along sometimes. But they might pull it off. But we'll have to see if it happens later on currently. Cause I don't know, man. Me and Mr. New might talk about it because I just want to figure out how we're gonna do this. How is still gonna pull it off? I don't know. Like it's a lot of things to it. So I'm probably gonna need your help to talk about this. So yeah. Oh, of course, for Mortal Kombat that I just played.
That old geezer's the final challenge? You might as well give me the belt right now.
Older fans may champion the good old days of Conquest Mode and Deception, but man, MK9 still offers one hell of a ride, no matter how old it gets. This was Mortal Kombat at its purest, between the grotesque environments, the cheesy martial arts movie vibe, the humor incorporated through Johnny Cage and his interactions with other characters, and even the way it retells the stories of the original trilogy in a more coherent manner. Plus, every character got their own chance to shine, with captivating moments from the first few matches of the tournament to Scorpion's climactic fight against Bihan. The campaign was so stellar that it actually set an example for what future AAA fighting games should strive for. If only the games that followed MK9 featured stories that were just as good, but hey, it's hard to top perfection, you know?
So that's not a costume? You're actual military?
Special Forces.
Get out.
But tell us, which fighting game do you think has the best story mode? Did it make our list? Let us know down in the comments.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie though, like, I'm so glad I played Mortal Kombat 9 because, man, many years ago, ever since I played Mortal Kombat from the beginning, I was a kid, it does help me, play more Mortal Kombat games. And, seeing like that, it's a very good moment of it. And it just helps. Like, it just helps a lot of things to it. And, I'm trying to figure out the whole fatality moves and all that. But the only thing is that it has to be like the outside sweep, inside sweep, far, close, and it's a lot of things that it's a lot of things that to figure out the moves and throughout. But let's not talk about that. But the only thing that I play in Mortal Kombat 9 is so much great memories that I play throughout for Mortal Kombat characters. Like I see like a classic areas, like the courtyard, the pits, the armories, rooftops, subways. I mean, I played throughout the story modes throughout for like some of the games that I recognized before, and it helps. It does help a lot, and I don't know how they actually pull it off, but yeah, shout out to Ed Boon for that. Cause I don't know how, man, but I really hope they might do it again. Maybe next time for some other ones. Well, we don't know how, but we'll figure it out next time. But that was actually amazing of this on this one. And now I was actually planning on, how am I supposed to get some classic games here? I mean, I'm still catching up for getting the new games next time. Hopefully we'll figure it out. So, but yeah, man, let me know, comment down below what y'all think about this. What is the best story modes from this fighting game? It could be anything. Make a list, man, cause or just tell me what's your favorite favorite fighting games that has like a best story modes on here. I'll probably tell y'all next time, but yeah, that's okay. But yeah, man, so comment down below what you think about it, and I'll see you next video.